Welcome. I'm glad you made it because we've got a good meditation tonight for your joints. And my intention for this meditation is for it to be a restful and relaxing meditation. And that's why I wrote in the chat bar that you could do this meditation lying down if you want. And I think it'll be really restful. Or you can also do it in a chair. So that's fine too. Before I start the meditation, I just want to go over something with you. And that's that there is a chakra in every joint. So a lot of times we're just talking about the 7 main chakras that go up and down the body here, but you have minor chakras in each of your joints. So we're going to actually be grounding the chakras tonight. And I'm going to walk you through the different body parts so that you can just lay there and relax and put grounding cords on the chakras in the joints. And then I'll watch the energy as it's coming out and give you guys communication if I see like a certain vibration that maybe some of you need to release. But I'll try to give you lots of space to just release. All right. I'm going to set the energy for the meditation with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes and find a comfy place to either lay down on your back or sit with your feet flat on the ground, hips distance apart. You want to start bringing your awareness to that place right in the center of your head, behind your eyes. Put your attention on the base of your spine, and if you have a grounding cord on now, go ahead and drop it into the center of the planet and create a brand new grounding cord for the meditation. And make sure you make that grounding cord go all the way to the center of the planet, anchor it in firmly, and turn it on full release. By the end of this meditation, you're going to look like an octopus because you'll have lots of grounding cords on you. Go ahead and release the energy of the day. You can let go of work energy. All your communications. And start to bring yourself into present time. Let go of all your projects and just be right here in the moment now. Let's take a couple of deep breaths in and exhale. We'll be grounding our joints starting from the top down. So the first joints we're going to be working on are your shoulder joints. And you're going to be grounding these joints in pairs. So rather than do it one at a time, I'm going to have you right now create grounding cords on each of your shoulders. And the chakras are right in the center of the shoulders. And drop those grounding cords all the way to the center of the planet. Anchor them in. And let those shoulder chakras be on release. The shoulder chakras are super important for your creative energy because if they get clogged, you can't run your energy down through your creative channels. And do you have any responsibility energy in your shoulder chakras? Do you find any effort in your shoulder chakras? Some of you have scar tissue in your shoulders, and I would say just say hello to the pain in that scar tissue and ground that as well. Say hello to any energy that affects the mobility of your shoulders and release that. Good. You did a very good job. I can see the chakras are spinning. If you find that one of your chakras is sluggish in this meditation, you can imagine a circle on your screen and imagine taking your forefinger and moving it in a clockwise motion over the circle. And that's a way for you to postulate that you're getting that chakra spinning. And you'll probably be able to feel if there's stuck energy in there, and just keep spinning your finger faster and faster. Let's go ahead and fill in the shoulder chakras now with great big balls of gold. And I'm going to have you leave the grounding cords on your shoulder chakras for the whole meditation. And we're going to move down to the elbows now. Say hello to your elbows and create a grounding cord underneath each one of them. And say hello to any strain that you might have in your elbows. They're really workhorses for us. Say hello to any effort in the elbows. And if you have some sort of motion that you repeat a lot, like a repetitive motion in your elbow, say hello to that energy and ground it. And check to see if the chakras are moving, if they're spinning. Again, you can put a circle out on your screen and just look to see if it's spinning. And these chakras are important because they keep the flow of creative energy moving through the creative channels. So they're important to keep moving. Go ahead and create 2 big gold balls of energy and start to fill your elbows in with gold. And now we're going to move down to the wrists. Go ahead and create a grounding cord under each of your wrists. I see a lot of fatigue coming out. The wrists also pick up a lot of energy that comes into the hand. And you want to make sure that those chakras are spinning. So again, you can look at a circle on your screen for each of them and check to see if it's spinning. If not, take your finger and move it around in a clockwise motion and help it spin. Okay, go ahead and create 2 great big gold suns, fill in your wrists. Now we're on to the fingers and the thumbs. And I think the way that I'm going to have you do this is we're going to ground the fingers first, because the fingers have 3 joints in them, whereas the thumbs only have 2. So go ahead and create a grounding cord under every joint that you have in your fingers, including the ones where the finger is connected to the hand. And make sure those grounding cords go all the way to the center of the planet. And say hello to all the stress that's coming out of your joints. Stress, hard work, effort. And some of you may find the energy of being tired in coming out of your fingers. If you have arthritis, I should have said this earlier, but if you have arthritis, postulate that you're grounding the inflammation. It really works. Now go ahead and put 2 grounding cords on each thumb. And notice how different the energy is between your thumb and your fingers. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute to create all the gold balls that you need to fill in your fingers and your thumbs. Next, we're going to move down to the hips. Say hello to your hips and put a big grounding cord underneath each hip chakra. There's so much energy coming out. And what I'm hearing coming out of your hips is how much work they have to do. That's great. I can already see you bringing gold into the hip chakras. And some of you have cords going into your hip chakra. So check your space to see if you have a cord from somebody. That's just a simple line of energy going from one person's chakra to another. And if you do find a cord going into your hip chakras or chakra, gently pull the cord out and then take a gold ball of energy and fill that hole with the gold ball of energy. Go ahead and fill your hips in with gold suns. And next we have the knees. Create a grounding cord under each of your knees. There's a lot of pain that's coming out of the knees already. have to tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that your knees feel unappreciated. And maybe when you fill them in, which we're going to do in a minute, you might want to fill them in with some validation. With the knees especially, I would put a circle up on your screen and postulate that that's your knee chakra, and take your forefinger and start spinning it in a clockwise motion and help those knee chakras get cleaned out. And then you might want to say hello to any resistance to twisting and turning in the knees. Good. That cleared a lot of energy. Go ahead and create your gold suns, excuse me, and start to fill the knee chakras in. And then moving down south, we're heading towards the ankles. So say hello to your ankles and put a grounding cord under each one of them. And say hello to any resistance in the ankles to the weight that they bear. Then you might ask yourself, how's the mobility in your ankles? And if it's not very good, definitely check those chakras and get them spinning properly in a clockwise motion. And you could also just ground the energy of walking. There's so much energy on the feet and the ankles just from walking. Okay, let's fill those ankles in with gold suns. And we're going to move on to the toes, but we're going to do the outside toes first, because just like the hand with the fingers, there's 3 joints in the outside toes. the big toes only have 2 joints. So we're going to ground the outside toes first. So put all your grounding cords on your toes and ground them to the center of the planet. Now talk about strain, effort, and hardship. Those are all the energies that are coming out of the toes. Tension. Could ground the tension out of your toes. And now let's go ahead and ground the big toes. Put grounding cord under each of the 2 chakras in the big toes. You might say hello to the energy of all the times you've stubbed your toe and move that energy out. And if you've ever broken a toe, for sure ground that toe and say hello to the energy of the break and clean it out. Okay, go ahead and create gold suns for all of the joints in your toes. Fill them in. And then go ahead and say hello to grounding your sleep tonight. You can ground your bed, ground your bedroom, and say hello to your astral and ground that. Collect up your energy from the week, put it into a great big gold sun above your head. And when that sun is filled with your energy, go ahead and bring it in through the top of your head and fill up every cell of your body. Fill up your whole aura and let the excess run down your grounding cord. And then when you're all full of gold, you can go ahead and open your eyes and come on out of trance. I'm just looking at you. Some of you got a bunch of layers out of the chakras in the joints. And so some of you are getting down to some more dense energy. So I always post these as replays, so it might be something that you want to do again in another week or something. If you feel like you've got some joints that are still pretty, like not moving very well, this would be a good meditation to repeat because you did move a lot of energy out. Okay, good. I'm glad. That makes me happy. We sent the March mailer out, and I just wanted to tell you what's coming up if you didn't get a chance to look at it. Although before March, this Friday is our last February event, and that is a Female Fridays on Conviction, which is a really interesting energy. So that will be very interesting on Friday. And then let's see, we have a healing on your receiving channels coming up. And that will be Thursday the 7th. And then another healing for you in the sanctuary on your healing energy. And then my class this month, the Women's Intuition class, is on your creative rings. And if you're wondering what those are, come to the class. It's where all of our creative energy gets generated from. I know I tell you it gets generated from your abdomen, but before it comes out your abdomen, it actually comes from your rings up above your crown. So we're going to explore them, clean them off, and give them a healing. So I would love to have you in that class. And then Body Beautiful. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. I didn't write what the topic was, but it's right here so I can find it. Pleasure in the body. Ooh, I can't believe I did that one. I wanted to do that for a while. So yeah, we're going to do a healing to give yourself permission and validation for pleasure in the body. So that's going to be a goodie. All right, so that's some of what's coming up. And I'll see you on Friday. Got my eyes on you. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy a good night's sleep. All right, bye-bye.